Hello, friends. How are you? Happy Monday, February 9th, 2026. Let me know if you can hear me. Hi, SR Kish. Hi, Mystic Shining. Good to see you. How's everybody doing out there this fine evening? Hi, Lori. Good to see you. I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for joining me on a different night. Normally, I do my weekly TarotScopes on Sunday night. But we'll wait for a few people to pop in. And I haven't seen the notification go out on my computer yet. Excuse me. But we had the Super Bowl yesterday, so I figured a few people might be busy. It's kind of a boring game if anybody watched it. It was definitely, there wasn't much going on. So we'll wait for a few people to pop in, and I will shuffle cards for you. How about that? Hi, Gary for Grace. Oh my gosh, my nose is so tickly. It's been so warm here in Denver. I mean, I think we reached 70 today in February. That's not good. I mean, listen, I'm not complaining because I'm enjoying the warmth, but my God, how hot is it going to be in the summer? I'm just worried about that. Very, very warm. Where is everybody else out there? You guys, I know it's cold where you are, SR Kish. Hi, Jackie. Jackie Mason. I think I'm reading that correctly. Well, thank you. Thanks for joining. I hope you enjoy it. Tonight is not our normal night. We normally meet on Sunday nights for weekly TarotScopes and the astrological news. Hi, Lucy. Letting loose. Arizona. Okay. All right. So, husband is texting me, so I will turn that off. 64 you're in Super Bowl town. Oh yeah, see, Californians, you guys are used to this. I mean, this is pretty warm, but I think we're warmer than you are. Loving snow in Chicago, Mystic Shining. How cold is it? I saw it was still teens in New York, where my son lives, probably where you are, letting loose. Yeah, that's pretty chilly. My sister in North Carolina they're freezing too. Now for them it's cold they're in the 20s or something like that. Okay, so we're going to get started here. I have not seen the notification go out, but that's okay. People will join us as they arrive. So I'll start my little wind up. Thank you again so much for being here, everyone. I do appreciate it, and thank you for just say hi to Jackie, our new attendee. Nice to see you. And yeah, you say it's cold here. Letting loose. I mean, cold. Cold is cold. Okay. Well, it's like really unusually warm here, and it's a bit disconcerting to me. We've only had one or two short blasts of some cold weather. I am having my sometimes I have a homemade ice latte for a pick-me-up in the afternoon. No, it will not keep me awake. I'm past that. Oh, what do I think about Nancy Guthrie? I don't think she lived past the first night, honestly, unfortunately. Really, really sad. Yeah, I don't think she made it for long. So I'm sorry to say that. Um, yeah, let's see. Has anybody seen the I haven't seen the notification go out yet. It's kind of taking its time today. That's okay. We'll go ahead and get started. How about that? We'll talk about the weather. Yes, it's very, very sad. Very sad. And the weird I'm not trying to minimize this tragic event. Um, she was an older lady, and nobody wants to lose their mother that way, assuming she's gone. But these kind of things happen every day, and this event is just shining a spotlight on that sort of thing that happens in this country and really around the world every day, and it is very sad, very, very sad. And I hope it didn't happen because of Savannah Guthrie's relative fame. That would be a really hard thing to live with, wouldn't it? Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. And these are weekly TarotScopes for the week of February 9th through the 15th for all signs. And happy second week. Can you believe it's the second week of February already? Wow. Hi, Melody. Good to see you. I have a big ringing in my right ear right now, so I wonder what that means. Okay. Maybe I'm tuned in. Second week of February. This weekend is Valentine's Day on Saturday. I'm curious, Melody, and do you guys celebrate Valentine's Day the same day we do, or at all in Australia? Let me know, or in Canada for that matter. Hi, Fatima. Speaking of Canada. By the way, I just have to say, if I sound congested, it's because I am. The weather has been so warm. We've had doors and windows open because it's been so warm, 70 degrees. I am starting to have my spring allergies. Melody, you follow us blindly. Okay. Thank you. Yep, all the Hallmark card holidays, right? Got to make a buck. That's a nice one, though. Hey, there are worse holidays. There are worse holidays. All of our local restaurants, though, I noticed all of our local restaurants, rather than just, making a reservation, having dinner with your honey, they all have, a lot of them have, the price fixed menus. Hi, Amanda. Good to see you. And it's ridiculous. It's like, starting at 125 to 150 per person, for a couple of courses. And whenever I go to those fixed menu things, it's usually like not what I would normally order if I went to the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't particularly think it's worth the money. Okay. So anyway, happy Valentine's Day week on Saturday, and happy birthday to everyone who had a birthday this week. All of our Aquarius babies. Please do something wonderful for yourself and do whatever makes you happy and celebrate you, right? So to reiterate how big this month is, I think February is really the start to 2026. And in fact, I would go so far as to say that February is when not just this year kicks off, but kind of this little time frame, these couple of months is when the next era kicks off. Truly. Yeah. And the third weekend coming up, I know. Well, I know. To state the obvious, right, Amanda? To state the obvious. But I think everybody's happy, at least in the US, when February is done. I don't know about you guys down under, but February is, it's kind of like we've made it through January, the long dark days of January, December, January. February then comes along, and just for those of you back east, it's just freezing and it's dark and it's all the things. So anyway, we just want it to go. So May will come and bring some pretty flowers and things. Melody is saying, I'm kind of hoping that prediction of California earthquake has been wiped. I know. I am sort of doubting that. I know the dowsing rods kind of confirmed it, but I'm just curious. I'm almost wondering if the rift or whatever it is something more metaphorical. So I don't know. We'll have to see when we see. Hi, Dora Romero. Okay. All right. So anyway, I just feel like this February is really when things get kicked off this year because of this crazy astrology. And this week is a mini preview of what's to come next week when it's really go time. So we'll have the start of the Chinese New Year. We have the solar eclipse. We have the big long-awaited conjunction between Saturn and Neptune. And we do have some Saturn activity to talk about today. But before we do that, in the news, I'm going to put on my glasses so I can actually see what I am reading because I have notes. All right. In the news, the U.S. has been on a partial government shutdown again over the budget. And that means that Democrats are in a standoff with Republicans because they are refusing to provide the funding for ICE. Although ICE has other funding, they shuffle their money around. But I appreciate the sentiment. Also, Trump is facing a big backlash over that horrible racist video that he posted on Truth Social. Many of you have seen it. If you haven't, I mean, you've probably been under a rock. But it depicted the Obamas as apes, put their faces on some like gorillas or, some kind of ape. And people from both parties have cried foul. That was it was a step too far, finally. I mean, isn't every step too far? But this one actually raised some eyebrows, thankfully. Also at the Grammys, we had the Grammys last Sunday, and artists were showing their huge outpouring for the people who have been, under ICE's thumb, anti-ICE sentiment. And at the same time, we've seen many more ICE protests happening all over the country and world, for that matter. And speaking of ICE, the Winter Olympics began in Italy, where J.D. Vance traveled along with ICE. And he got booed, apparently, when the U.S. team was announced, and he was shown up on the big screen. Also, some of the athletes are facing backlash. Hi, Craig. For the president's crazy behavior toward the rest of the world. And also, Trump has been slamming some of the athletes over social media. These are the athletes who have expressed their concerns about the direction that the country is going. And so Trump took the opportunity to call them out by name, which is so juvenile. Hi, Daniel. Good to see you. Here they come. Everybody's now coming. And we also had the Super Bowl. This is American football, you all, right? So that happened yesterday, where Bad Bunny from Puerto Rico did the halftime show, and that got a big stink because, Trump decided that he didn't want a Latino doing the halftime show. He's implied that he's not American, which Puerto Ricans are Americans. It is a territory of the U.S. I'll start your question, and if I have time, Gary, for grace, I will answer. Okay. And so, and then also he did that, well, the Turning Point USA, which is run by Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's widow, put on this alternative halftime show that was headlined by washed up Kid Rock, who just sounds horrible. He's out there lip syncing very badly to an old song of his, to what's said to have been a small crowd and one that may have been paid, right? Yes, go Seahawks, Amanda. I was saying it was a boring game though. Sorry guys, I'm having allergies. I shouldn't be having my spring allergies in February, but I am, because it's 70 degrees out. And let's see. Curious if I'm warmer than you, Daniel, in Florida. I didn't check your temperature. Anyway. So that was fun. Also in the news, Ukraine and Russia are in talks to end the war in Abu Dhabi, and meanwhile Russia keeps pounding the crap out of the Ukraine. Yeah, bombing its cities. Meanwhile, the same is true in Gaza, where they're supposedly in a ceasefire or in talks for to end the war, and Israel keeps bombing Gaza, even though all of the what do you call them? Prisoners were released. So, Amanda, you saw cherry blossoms today. Yes. Wow. And daffodils are coming up. You're in Seattle, right? That's funny, Craig. Smaller crowd than Trump's mushroom. All right. Also, Keir Starmer's UK government is on the ropes after his assistant stepped down in the wake of the removal of US Ambassador Peter Mandelson, who has strong ties in the files, the Epps files, and he appears to have had a close friendship with Epstein. Also, the French police, along with Europol, which is like Interpol, have raided Musk's ex-offices, saying that their cybercrime unit has evidence of potential criminal offenses, including complicity in the possession of and distribution of child pornography images, tracks with all the Epstein stuff, the violation of personal rights through the generation of sexual deepfakes, the denial of crimes against humanity, and the alleged fraudulent extraction of data from an automated processing system, which is part of an organized gang. So that's going to be, let's, get your popcorn out. Hi, Liz. You had mosquitoes today, Greg? We don't have mosquitoes here. We don't tend to have them in Colorado much at all. Also, NATO is meeting in Munich, where the officials are discussing Europe's safety concerns, security concerns in the wake of Putin's war, now that the U.S. is no longer engaged. Pakistan may refuse to allow its team to play against India in the World Cup because of political tensions. And this is a very big rivalry and a highly anticipated game. In the weather, speaking of 70 degrees in Denver, Colorado in February, indicators show that the An El Nino pattern is setting up this year and possibly pushing world temperatures to record highs and altering weather globally, causing drought, floods, and hurricanes. So, do what you need to do. Measles cases continue to surge in the US and Mexico as the unvaccinated continue to come down with the disease, and it surges in certain regions. The World Health Organization, announced the reintroduction of a vaccine to prevent the disease of, the disease is cholera, to prevent cholera in high-risk regions of the world. And also in it's discussing the World Health Organization, Illinois and New York in the States joined the World Health Organization independently since the U.S. has withdrawn from this organization. We don't need no stinking healthcare here. Maybe only New York and Illinois. I'm joking. A medical compound was discovered to help reset the body's internal clock, possibly helping with jet lag, shift workers, and people who have sleep disorders. And the last thing I want to share about the news is there are new immunotherapies and regenerative medicine showing promise for treating cancers and neurological conditions that had been considered incurable. And why do I tell you guys all this? Because this is all the energy of what we expect to see when Pluto is in Aquarius, when Uranus is changing signs, when all the outer planets are shifting, and these we're in rebellious times. Let's put it that way. We're in rebellious times, but also times of technological innovation. So now we only have a few aspects to talk about this week in February, but next week will be a big one. So February 9th through 15th. On Tuesday, February 10th. So we'll skip to tomorrow. Venus enters Pisces. Okay, so remember we had a whole pileup of planets sitting in Aquarius, bringing that rebellion energy, that rebelliousness, and we want to stand up for the little guy, right? Venus is the first of those planets to process into Pisces. And when Venus moves into Pisces, this transit shifts relational, creative, and aesthetic energy toward compassion, intuition, artistry, and deeper emotional connection. It also encourages sensitivity in love and values. Happy Valentine's Day, right? On Wednesday, February 11th, Mercury moves into its pre-shadow. So everybody's heard of Mercury retrograde. So when it goes into its pre-shadow period, and it's already moved, actually. So Venus was the second planet to move. Mercury already moved in to Pisces. So when Mercury is retrograde, or when it's in its shadow period, it's a very similar vibe. So that means communication, intuition, and inner reflection may intensify. This is a good time for processing ideas, reconnecting with old projects, and refining thought patterns. Okay. Let's see. And then this is a big one, guys. On Friday, February 13th, Saturn enters Aries. We've been waiting for this, and Saturn stays in a sign for roughly 2.5 years. And this is ahead of that big Mercury-Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees Aries, right, which will be next week. So Saturn is finally going to tip into Aries. Big deal. This marks a new cycle of structure, ambition, leadership, discipline, and personal responsibility. Boo, that doesn't sound like fun, right? But it will help us to sort of solidify our desire to move forward in certain areas of our life with kind of long-lasting effect. Especially because Aries brings the themes of initiative, courage, and like self-assertion or self-reliance, right? Okay. Last thing I want to talk about this week is the ongoing solar and lunar eclipse energy that's building. So we are just about to enjoy the solar eclipse in Aquarius next week, February 17th, right along the time that we experience the Lunar New Year of the Fire Horse in Chinese New Year. Chinese astrology. And so the lunar and solar energy is intensifying, stirring up themes around community, innovation, collective identity, and personal liberation. Okay, so this is when we really start to feel that eclipse energy building up amid, by the way, tons of solar flares that have been happening all around us the last few weeks. I don't know if anybody's far enough north to see the aurora borealis, but it's been putting on quite a show. Take another sip. So again, if you're new here, thank you for joining me, and thanks for joining me on a different night. Your family calls it Tet, right? New Year, Vietnamese New Year. That's when the Tet Offensive happened, right? During the Vietnamese War. Horrible. Well, that's exciting. I love Vietnamese food, Liz. Just letting you know. I know your family has a restaurant somewhere around here. You set up in Boulder. Nice. Okay. So thank you for joining me on a different night than usual. I postponed it one night because I know some people were watching the Super Bowl here in the States, maybe in other places as well. Craig says yes in 1968. Yeah. Most of us were babies during that time, this little people. So welcome if you're new here, and thank you for coming. If you're not, please subscribe and hit the thumbs up, and I really do love your comments. Thank you so much. Yes, a lunch date, Liz. I'm for it. I'm all for it. Okay. And I just want to say, if you are interested in a reading or healing work with me, please check out my channel at www.kellyhealing.com. Yeah, I like that the Seahawks won too, Craig. I'm over the Patriots. I'm over the Patriots. They beat our Denver Broncos a few times, and yeah, and I really, really, really dislike the owner of the Patriots. He's that guy. What's his name? Robert Kraft. He hangs around with DeSantis and some of those other folks in Florida. He's been caught in prostitution with prostitutes and all kinds of stuff. Really, really nice guy. Anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if he was in the Epstein debacle. So now we're going to move on to the important oh, wait a minute. I already talked about the astrological transits, didn't I? We're moving on to your TarotScopes for the week. Sorry about that. For the week of February 9th through the 15th, please remember that these are general readings for your sun, rising, and moon signs, or for any planets that figure strongly in your chart. Please remember that we all have unique birth charts, and so please take what resonates and leave the rest and consult your personal chart for more detail. I start on a different sign each week, and this week we're starting with Sagittarius. Am I right? Tell me if I did that already. I sometimes question myself. If you don't correct me, I'm starting with Sagittarius. I pulled 3, and I'm using my beautiful Golden Wheel Tarot, which I pulled out yesterday. Love this deck. It's so pretty. Yes, Craig, he's Trump's buddy. Yeah. Yes. I pull 3 cards for each sign of the zodiac, and I have given them a good shuffle. I shuffle between each sign of the zodiac, and I ask the following questions. What is the energy of the week? What are the cautions you should be aware of? Or if no caution, what should I just be aware of? And actions. And like I said, this is our Valentine's edition. I don't know if anybody's wearing pink like I am. I want to show you my beautiful stones that I have here. I have this big old rose quartz that I love. You can probably hardly tell that it's pink, but it's a really nice one. And then this one, it actually has a little dirt on it. It's hard to tell that it's pink, but it is very pale, pale pink. I found it when I was out on a walk one day. So that's why it has dirt on it. I should wash it. But I love that, when you can find them in the wild, it's actually pretty cool. They do fade in the, somebody here told me this, that they actually fade in the sun. So that's why this one looks almost white. But from my perspective, I can see a little hint of pink. Okay, so don't keep your rose quartz out in the sun. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. I feel like I started with Sagittarius last week, but oh well, we'll do it again. What do we have for Sagittarius? It looks like a very introspective week for you, Sagittarius. All right, we have the Four of Swords. This can mean several things. The way that I see these other cards unfolding, the energy of the week suggests that this is a really good time for you to go rest, recover, and kind of meditate, go within, use your, calm down the monkey mind and go within. Okay? Because the caution, which I don't feel like is a caution this week, if you see all the cards together, is the High Priestess. It's saying your intuition is high this week, Sagittarius. You can really kind of, again, dig deep. This is all about going within, really find the answers from deep within your heart chakra, your heart space. Oh, and I want to show you there's an eclipse happening in the back. Oh, yeah. Okay. See, I knew I started on the wrong one. Thank you, Amanda. I just, I have notes here and I forgot to change them and I can never remember. I should have watched last week. Well, we're doing Sagittarius. Okay. I don't remember. I'll have to go back and watch because I just didn't do that. But look, we have another sword. You have a lot of swords in this reading this week, Sagittarius. You are you're in your head, aren't you? You're doing a lot of thinking. But this is the action you should take. This is like stepping into your truth and your power, your mental energy. This is the double-edged sword, right? This is saying things cut both ways. But this is all about standing in your truth. Okay. I'm sorry, Sagittarius, you're at the beginning of the pack again. Lucky you. Capricorn. I put this pink sweater on for my Valentine's Day edition, for which I have no plans, by the way. Maybe my hubby and I will go to dinner. I don't know. But here we are. It's too warm for a sweater here. That's my point. Capricorn. Ooh, okay. Energy of the week for you is a brand new beginning. This is very un-Capricornian. But this is saying take the leap. Just do it. Get started. If there's a new project that you want to do, but you've been, holding off or hesitating, just do it. Apply for that job or start looking at houses, start, really kind of take the first step, Capricorn. So your caution is not a caution either. Oh, you love the snake on the sword. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like he's rubbing against that sword blade and shedding his old skin. This doesn't feel like a caution for you. This is the Queen of Cups. Look how pretty that card is. Isn't that nice? It's really, really pretty. She has a goose behind her too. What do you know? Anyway, this just feels like, again, the recommendation is use your heart. She's compassionate, kind, she's nurturing. This is saying take care of yourself, take care of others. Really, really sit in that. It has this beautiful blue energy all over this card. The color depicts for me that nurturing energy. Take care of yourself and others. Okay. And sit in your intuition. Hi, Fairy Tale. Nice to see you. You had to wait till the end the last time. I know. As soon as I said Sagittarius, I was like, uh-oh. I knew I messed up. And the actions of the week. This is a card of celebration, reaching milestones, recognizing your accomplishments, Capricorn. So go ahead, celebrate a little bit. Like let yourself loose and enjoy a little bit, right? This card can also speak. For me, it always speaks to home and family and stability. Okay, so very nice. Okay, Aquarius. We're still in Aquarius season. Those of you with Aquarius birthdays, enjoy. I was just thinking, I just dropped a card backwards. There is I'm gluten-free, and there is a fabulous gluten-free bakery not too far from here. Got cards jumping for you, Aquarius. And it has like an entire case full of gluten-free desserts, which is pretty unusual to find. Usually it's a regular bakery, but it has a whole case just full of gluten-free, which is such a treat. Okay. Oh, okay. We're getting some repeats already. All right, Aquarius. The energy of the week for you is the 7 of Cups, right? Do you have a lot of this is the card of illusion delusion. When I see this card too, it's about having many, many choices, like maybe too many options right now. And your head and your heart are swirling. So the energy of the week might be a little bit of confusion this week for you, Aquarius. Hi, Cheryl and Joyful Journey. Good to see you. Oh, the caution is the 9 of Swords. This is saying, are you getting enough sleep? Are you in your the hamster wheel going all night long? What are you worried about? Right? Maybe it's because you have to make some choices, but it's really hard right now. Okay, Aquarius, what is that for you? You too get this Queen of Cups card, and this is just saying take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and use your intuition to help you to move out of this confusion space. Hi, Butterfly Readings. Good to see you. Nice to see you here live. Okay, we're moving on to Pisces. I know we've got more than our share of Pisces in the house. I like gluten-free pretzels too, Amanda. They're very, they're like extra crunchy or something. No, my husband loves pretzels. I could take or leave them. But you know what I use them for? I crush them up and make pie crusts out of them. They're really good. Okay. Pisces. Oh. Okay. Looks good for you, Pisces. All right, energy of the week is this Hanged Man. Look at all that watery energy. He looks like he's submerged, doesn't he? And you are quite a water sign, Pisces. This is saying that you've put yourself into a kind of an animated suspension so that you can see the world from a new perspective, right? And this is, look at that fish going past him. He is underwater. Yeah, but it's saying here that you needed this energy. You needed to kind of go, kind of take a time out so that you can see things differently, right? So maybe some of you Pisces folks have been in a little bit of a pause experience for a bit, while you regroup to get ready for the next thing. But look who comes next. The caution is the Emperor. Okay, Emperor, if this is a caution, is about somebody who can be maybe the boss or somebody who can be a little bit demanding or, a little unwavering, right? And can demand your energy. So if that's the case, just be aware of that. If it's not a caution for you, though, this Emperor energy says, excuse me, that you have what it takes to really kind of forge ahead with authority. Okay. And last, the action of the week is the Page of Wheels. Get to it. Start manifesting that next thing. I know my Pisces sun has been job hunting. So, he just they just set a wedding date yesterday for next April, guys. So he needs some of these pentacles. He's going to be needing some pentacles. But anyway, this is a new beginning, new starts in an area of your life that you can feel, maybe health, wealth, or, any other physical, tangible asset. Yeah, Amanda, try it, especially with like a cold pie, like a refrigerator pie. Pretzel crust, it's good. Like sweet and salty. Sorry, I don't mean to make people hungry, but Craig Dixon always does that every week, right? Okay. Trying to think about what that means for you, Craig. Okay, sorry. Aries, your cards are popping out all over the place. So what's going on with Aries? Oh, okay. Look at you, Aries. Ace of Cups, energy of the week, full of emotion. New beginnings, beautiful new opportunities for love, for things that really kind of like fill your heart, right? Friendship, good times. It's very, very nice. Pork chops and dressing tonight. Okay. There we go. All right. Cautions, King of Cups. This doesn't feel like a caution because he's the nice king. He's very, very, all the kings are the wealthiest, right? Very, very abundant. But he's abundant in love and in kindness and in compassion. And here we are. We've got 2 cups for you, Aries, okay? I feel like the energy for you, Aries, which is you are a fire sign, is saying, sit in your heart space a little bit more with all those cups. And the action for you, speaking of fire, is the Page of Wands, okay? This is saying take action. Listen for the messages. Pay attention to the signs that are out there for you because they're there, right? For this new beginning. This feels like big new beginnings for you, Aries, especially with Saturn moving into your sign. This is saying time to get serious about, whatever endeavors you're working on. Buttermilk pie. I've never made buttermilk pie. I'd like to try it. What I like to make in that pretzel crust, Amanda, is I have a recipe for it's called margarita pie. It's basically like lemon limey. really good. It's kind of like a key lime. Yeah. Hi, peace, love. Sorry, we're talking pie. Taurus. Oh, we're getting so many cups this week. So many cups. All right. I'm sorry we made you want some pie, Liz. I want it too. I actually made a cake downstairs. It's downstairs. Okay. It's dangerous when there's just two of us in the house. All right. Energy of the week for you, Taurus, is this Knight of Cups. Okay. The offer. Somebody might be, what is it? What do they say? What do the kids say? Sliding into your DMs, inviting you out for a cup of coffee, seeing if you want to go out for Valentine's dinner. Here it comes. This is the knight in shining off for shining armor. Right. Oh, sorry. Is Linda here? Who's Linda? Chocolate cream pie for dessert. Okay. See, there you go. It's nice to see you have 3 squares a day, Craig. You're not going hungry. All right. Caution of the week. 9 of Wands. This is, you might have been through some things and you've got some scratches and some bruises to prove it. But this is a card of resilience. You've been through some things, but you're still standing to fight another day. Yes. Okay. So just if this is a caution, it's saying don't let the past, dwell. Don't let it, keep repeating in your head. Okay. And the action of the week, Wheel of Fortune. This is saying, let the new cycle come in. Let things change, right? What did I just say about not dwelling in the past? This is saying, let the cycles change. And you see, I like how they depict this card because one of the characters in this card is gray, right? This is something we need to allow to die off, right? You see the dead trees and the kind of the gray character. Allow that to go so that we can step into the vibrance of the new world that we want to create. All right, Taurus. Amanda says, easy and delicious, great with blueberries. Oh, okay. I'll have to find that recipe, Amanda. I think you can find it on the internet. Look up margarita pie. It's nice. Just keep it in the fridge, no baking. Well, you do bake the crust. I'm shuffling very badly. Gemini. Thank you, Margaret, for putting those up. Margaret's our resident Gemini. Do we have any other Geminis in the house? My Gemini hubby's out. Clara makes you eat. The kitchen light goes on. Really? She turns on the kitchen light when you forget to make dinner? Oh, okay. Thank you. Butterfly Readings is Linda. Well, good to know. I like knowing people's names. Hi, Mona Lee. Happy Valentine's Day, almost. And Liz is a Gemini. I need another sip of my iced coffee. I think I called it a latte before. Yes, and the bedroom when I need to go to bed. That is crazy. Wow. Oh, Gemini, what is going on with you this week? Because you start with the 7 of Wheels. Looks like things are moving forward for you, so don't worry. Okay, 7 of Wheels, 7 of Pentacles speaks about just kind of looking back over the past and making sure that you did all that you needed to do. This is kind of making sure that also it's kind of like going through and checking to make sure that you dotted your I's and crossed your T's. Like you proofread your paper. You Make sure that you watered the plants. Like, it's kind of looking back to make sure that we do all the things that we need to do, right? Okay. What did Cheryl say? I'm missing it. Wearing my Seahawks t-shirt today. Oh, good. Okay, good. All right. So this is just the energy of the week is like kind of doing, it's kind of like making sure, I hate to say this, but it is that it's tax season here in the US. So it's like getting all your tax stuff together and making sure that you did all the things to get ready to send it off to the accountant or whatever. All right. The caution of the week. There could be some conflict, right? This could be inner conflict. This is immature energy. You see they're barefooted boys, kind of sparring out in the field. It's not very serious, but it's something that might get under your skin, even though it's really not worth paying much attention to. So the caution is like, don't let the stupid, petty distractions get in your way. Thank you, Mona Lee. I appreciate that. And the action that you should take, it's move forward. I love this. You've been in it. Have you been in a sort of a little time warp, a little bit of a stasis in your life? This is saying things are moving forward. Allow it to happen. Allow it to happen with the chariot. The chariot is fast and decisive action. I've never been to Seattle, guys, ever. I mean, I've flown through, but hey, that's definitely on my short list. How angry was Kraft for losing? I don't think he cares anymore. He's gotten so much, he collected his shekels for this little event. So he's doing just fine. Did you see his girlfriend is like less than half his age, I saw. It's gross. All right. Cheryl, your son is a Gemini and he makes you crazy. I'm sorry. You Geminis in the crowd, don't listen. We're moving on to Cancer. Okay. Yes. All right. Where are my Cancer friends? Cancer rising. 9 of Cups, energy of the week. This is like your wishes fulfilled this week. So what have you been wishing for? Have you been hoping that, you get an offer for your, a book deal or a big, have you been hoping for a certain someone to come into your life? What is it for you? This is a good week to sort of place your energy there, right? Where we place our energy is where it comes back to us. Yes, Craig says younger girlfriends come with money. Yes, they do. Because if you've seen the man, he's kind of a troll. Sorry to say. Whatever. What does it say about the woman? Amanda, a lot to see. Oh, orcas. I'd love to see orcas. Okay. Dora Romero is another Cancer. All right. The caution of the week is this 8 of Swords. Are you feeling trapped? 8 of Swords is kind of a mental trap of your own making, right? So this is you kind of deciding that you can't buy the new car because you don't have enough money, or you need to, or what is it? That's a good idea, a good suggestion. Maybe you're trapped staying in the same old house, even though you hate the color and the pipes don't work and the blah 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 blah. This is in your own mind, because there's always a way out. There's always a way out. And when we see this card, usually she's kind of artificially, like loosely bound by her own ideas. Okay. I can relate to that. Do we put restrictions on ourselves, Cancer? Yeah. Amanda, you too. Okay. Hi. Gun guy. Okay. Hello. All right. And actions of the week. Knight of Swords. This is like saying, go get it, right? Don't be aggressive about it because the knights can be aggressive, but man, something's coming really fast and you need to be ready for it. Like a big change, something you're going to be able to celebrate and your wish is coming in. If you can just get out of your own head for a little bit. Okay, Cancer? Nice. All right, moving on to Leo. Oops, you hear that ding? That's my text. Okay. Butterfly readings, are you Cancer? All right. Leo. I have a Leo moon. Okay, I like this. All right, energy of the week is the Strength card. Okay, you are. Linda, thank you. All right, the Strength card. It's saying you are strong, you're resilient, you can tackle any challenge that comes before you, right? I love this strong feminine energy. Of course, we do have some men, but this is also, using your feminine kind of intuition and inner strength, right? This is using your this isn't using your physical brute strength. This is using your mind and your heart to really tackle a situation. Okay. Cautions. Well, does this look like a caution? I don't think so. This is the third time we've seen this lovely Queen of Cups, too, guys. So since it's not a caution, when it's saying again, it's really kind of take care of yourself, be kind and compassionate, grounded. She's even though she is a water sign, she is grounded and she's really like she goes with the flow. She helps others. She's highly intuitive, right? She's intuitive, and so is she. It sounds apt for Cancer, Leo rising here. No, you are. You've probably told me that before, Amanda. Okay. And the action of the week is the Hermit card. So this is saying, check in with yourself. Go maybe, go on a walk alone, really be with your thoughts, be in your heart space for a little bit. You may need some alone time to really kind of figure out a situation, but it looks like it's going to be kind of a nice intuitive week for you. He's very intuitive, right? Okay. Trying to figure out what he has in his hand. Is that a butterfly? He's got something. I'm going to have to examine this card, see what that is in his. All right. Virgo. And guys, I started with the wrong sign this week that Amanda pointed out to me. Thank you. I kind of knew that I was about to do that. I will start. I'm going to correct it next week. Virgo. Do we have any Virgo in the house? Oh, look at you. Oh, gosh, it feels like this Virgo, this eclipse energy is working on you already, Virgo, because you get the Sun card for your energy of the week and the Moon card for your caution. Sun and Moon make eclipse, right? Makes an eclipse. But energy of the week is the Sun card. Success, full illumination, just awareness and abundance and joy and sunshine and happiness. Very, very good. The caution is not to be too deep in your headspace because the Moon speaks of anxiety. It speaks of hidden things, right? So don't be worried too much about this. And the action, let me see this in the action place, the Five of Wands. It looks like a Martian hand. Yeah. The action is about that conflict. So if it's asking us what the action is, they would never tell us that. They are saying, don't be distracted by the conflicts and there might be some family members who are just, in your head or just battling it out. Don't let them take you off course because you've got this. Okay. All right. Joyful journey. Start wherever you like. Well, apparently I did today. I started wherever I wanted. My notes weren't corrected. They weren't up to date. All right, Libra. Where are my Libra friends? I'm a Libra sun. We need a break. We need a little break. And come on, lucky Libra. I'm in Vegas. Joyful journey. Okay. Excuse me. Looks pretty good to me. All right. Energy of the week for you, Libra. The 10 of Cups. Full and complete. Excuse me. I need a sip again. I've never quite stopped coughing ever since my cough last fall. And these allergies aren't helping. Okay. 10 of Cups, full and complete happiness, like ultimate, just joy, family, love, kindness, all the good things. Excuse me. Sorry. What did you say? Interesting. My Cancer daughter is Virgo rising and she complains about being too much in her head. Yeah. Makes sense. All right. The caution of the week. This doesn't really feel like a caution to me. The Queen of Wands is determined. So if it is a caution, it's like, don't get too much in your head and like, I'm determined to be right or to make sure something happens a certain way, right? But it doesn't feel, that doesn't really feel like a caution to me. This is saying, you have what it takes to set your mind and follow your passion on something. That's what the Queen of Wands does. She finds her passion. Some people call her the hoe of the deck because in some decks her legs are parted a little bit. I don't like to think of it that way, but she's passionate. She's determined. She gets what she wants because she knows how to do that. That's right. It's got to be a good time for Libra. Okay. And then you get the action is the Page of Swords. When you see the Page of Swords, even though it looks kind of tumultuous here, I think all the swords in this deck are colored blue. But Page of Swords is following a new line of inquiry, right? Libra, you are the ultimate sword, right? All about balance. You're an air sign, thought. But this is about following a new idea to launch it, right? Launch a new idea. Maybe you have a great idea for creating, I don't know, a line of muffins that you're going to sell at the farmer's market. I don't know. Or you just have a great new, maybe you want to go back to school. This is also a learning card, right? But this is starting something new, a new action, like a brand new start. So I like that for you. Okay. And our last sign of the night is Scorpio. I just heard a sound in my house and nobody's home. It's probably an animal. I have 3 animals poking around. Does anybody have Valentine's plans? Saturday? Saturday, I will be here with you and I do doing the readings, but I also have a psychic fair all day. So that should be interesting. I bet everybody's going to come in and ask about their love life. What do you think? Scorpio sun, Cheryl. All right. Ah. Ooh, this is a powerful week for you, Scorpio. Craig has a overnight trip to Gallup. Okay. Um, sorry. Before I go on, Scorpio, we're just finishing that series called what Dark Winds. It's very interesting. It features the Navajo people, and it's really good. I like it a lot. Where it's a little bit like supernatural, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, Dark Winds on Netflix, guys, and they talk about Gallup, New Mexico quite a bit. All right. So energy of the week for you, Scorpio, is this Queen of Swords. You've got your logical thinking cap on this week, Scorpio. You're thinking, you're strategizing, you're making a plan. Clarity will be yours this week. Who won Best Actress? I don't know who you're talking about. The lady from Dark Winds? Caution of the week. Somebody else had this in the caution area, and this is also saying, Scorpio, the Emperor card says it depicts someone who is maybe a little heavy-handed, right? A little too in control. Yes. Val and Arthur have a gig on Valentine's Day? Anyway, so there might be somebody in your life who is, maybe your boss is really kind of piling on the work or kind of came down on you for some situation. This is father energy. Somebody in your life or husband, somebody who might be overbearing. If this is not a caution, like I said before, though, this is a card that says this is all very powerful energy with the Queen of Swords and the Emperor. This is clear-eyed thinking. I know what I want and I know how to get it. It wasn't Melania, correct? She didn't win any Oscars or whatever. All right. And this is a beautiful card to wrap it up with. Action of the week is use your power. This is raw and innate power that you have, Scorpio, and you are a powerful sign, right? Sometimes you use it for good and sometimes you use it for evil. Be the good Scorpio this time, right? But this is saying whatever it is that you're trying to make happen, you can make it happen. So you guys know my Scorpio sun is in England. He's been trying to get an apartment there, and it's really, really competitive. Hopefully he can make this happen this week. Okay. Amanda, you've driven through Gallup. Is Gallup near the Navajo lands? It looks like it is on the map. Gallup's in New Mexico, though. Does Navajo territory go across from Arizona to New Mexico? Who can be? Oh, you can be evil, Cheryl. Scorpio, man, you guys have my Scorpio sun, S-O-N, can be. He is so secretive, and when he snaps, man, he snaps just like a scorpion. Right, about 30 miles away north of it. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Anyway, it's a great show. I really like it. If anybody wants to see it's set on the Navajo reservation. It's really cool. All right, guys. Should I do 3 cards for everybody? I'm going to do it. And thank you, everyone, for joining me. Joyful Journey. Your Scorpio sun is very secretive and mysterious, too. I think it comes with the territory. We have a lot of Scorpios in our family. Scorpio, S-U-N, sons in our family. I guess those are like the New Year's babies or something like that. The winter babies come in October, November. And they are all wicked smart, but sometimes they keep secrets. Okay. All right. Look at this. The Fool card this week. Energy of the week for everybody is the Fool card. Get going. Let's just do this. Whatever it is, please follow your passions now. Like I said, I feel like the new year, the new era, and the new epic is coming. It's starting really, really soon. Set your intentions and just do it. Like you see, he's like reaching for the moon here. Oh, you're welcome, butterfly readings. This is also saying we need to really kind of sit with ourselves, meditate, rest, come off of the battlefield, tune into your heart space, really, really listen to your guidance. I will give you 3 cards for the rest of the month because I feel like being generous. And look at this, guys. Change is coming. Something's about to, the tower is about to fall. Let's get ready for that. Like popping the popcorn. Tower is about to fall. And let's just hold on. Let's hold on. Oh, for everybody. Okay. There you go. Somebody had one question. Are you still here, Gary, for Grace? It was Epstein Island, CIA equals CIA hub to lower world leaders as bait. I don't even need to. I don't know if it's CIA specifically, Gary, but I know that it's true of like the power structure for sure. There we go. I know that that's true because I've always said, if you look back at my other readings, there's much more to Epstein that meets the eye. People have talked about Mossad. People have talked about connections with Putin. But if you see the people who are falling all around the world, right, who are falling from the release of these documents, then we know that there is a lot more than meets the eye. There is a lot more than meets the eye. And I wish I can't even fathom what all it is, because I don't think it's just not a world that I live in. But I think it also holds secrets to these power structures that keep people in place, keep the little guy in place and allow them to enrich themselves. Epstein Island and the Skipper too. The millionaires and the gold diggers. Do you want me to sing that song? Just sit right down. Da, 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 da. I don't remember the words. All right, guys. Hey, everybody, please. Oh, you asked if there was a school shooting in DC today. I don't know the answer to that. Does anybody know if there was a school? I didn't see that. Yes, the puppet masters. Exactly. I kind of feel like there's this whole dark underworld of like running the show that we don't even have the first. I mean, what's interesting is people are all starting to wake up and suspect this. Some of you may have been suspecting it for longer than others. Oh, there was a school shooting you saw in the news earlier. All right. If there was, let's send our prayers. And let's send our prayers to the Guthrie family, anybody who is, freezing in this really, really cold weather. Please stay warm. Anybody who is under, siege from ice. Yeah. And I think I am going to set something up maybe for Thursday, a group Zoom. And the first, I don't know how many who get in, we can all do like a little kind of a group like prayer and intention session. Rockville, Maryland. Oh my gosh. I grew up really close to that. I'll have to look. Can't imagine reading them all. I'm thankful for the people. who are, yeah. Yeah, Amanda, everybody I know, we're just sort of like, everybody's just waiting, 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 waiting. But you know what, guys? Listen, the dam is breaking as we speak. It is breaking as we speak. And just wait till next week and then and the coming weeks. It's coming. I can just feel it in my heart. Oh, Wooden High School. A bunch of friends that I went to. I'm from, like I said, I'm from Maryland, so I know a few people who went there. Oh man. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay, prayers. Anyway, everybody stay warm or stay cool as the case may be, and just have a beautiful day, and I will see you soon.